Good morning, GMS. I'm Kiera.
And I'm JC.
Let's get started with the news.
GMS PTO will have a walkathon this Friday, October 6th. Students were given a donation envelope 2 weeks ago. Envelopes are due to your Pride teacher today. If you wish to attend the walkathon, the GMS walkathon is always a great time, so make sure that you turn in your envelope as soon as possible.
7th graders wanting to attend the Chicago trip and 8th graders wanting to attend the Washington, D.C. trip. The deadline register for either trip is this Friday, October 6th. You've already received your registration information in your social studies classes. Please see Mr. Reinhardt or Mr. Ellington if you have any questions.
The GMS staff dressed up for homecoming week to show their spirit. Congrats to PE department and the Quest Pink ladies, who tied for Best Spirit on Decades Day after a staff voted. Both received a free breakfast from Chick-fil-A. We are telling this story again so we could show you we learned how to make a picture really large without killing the audio like we did last week. See, we are improving.
The end of the first 9 weeks grading period is this Friday, the October 6th. It seems that everything is happening this Friday, but students, don't forget that you still have 5 days left to finish this 9 weeks off strong.
Ella's frozen yogurt will be in the condoms area during lunch tomorrow, Tuesday, October 3rd.
Now it's time to head over to our Pride of the Week.
This week we are featuring 8th grade science teacher Mrs. B.I. Take it away, Dex.
Good morning, GMS. I'm Dexter McDaniel, here with our Teacher of the Week, 8th grade science teacher, Miss Biehl. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
All right, let's get started. Would you like to start by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Mrs. Biehl. This is my 9th year teaching, and I previously taught at Franklin Community High School.
What do you enjoy most about teaching?
I like making kids better humans, and I think science is a fun way to do it.
You went to Greenwood Middle School, right? What is it like teaching with some of your old teachers?
I really thought it would be weird, but it's not as weird. It's fun. And it's nice to see that they have real lives outside of school.
Mm-hmm. Question 4. With Halloween coming up later this month, what was your favorite Halloween costume that you wore as a kid?
I don't remember as a kid, but 2 years ago, when my daughter was born, we went as the Biehl's, and so we all wore bear costumes.
That's cool. Question 5. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
I want to go to Machu Picchu, and I also want to be there because they have llamas.
Thank you for coming on our show today, Miss Biehl. Have a great week. Now let's go back to Samantha and Cameron for GMS Sports.
Hey everybody, it's GMS Sports. Let's look at this week's home events for the week of October 2nd.
Girls, Monday, October 2nd, 2023, girls volleyball in 7th and 8th, Mid-State versus Clark Pleasant, 7th starting at 5:30 p.m., 8th starting at 6:15 p.m., Mid-State Greenwood versus Clark Pleasant.
On Thursday, October 5th, 2023, 7th and 8th grade football versus Franklin College Community Middle School. 7th grade is starting at 5:30 p.m. and 8th grade is starting at 6:45 p.m.
That's all for GMS Sports. Now let's go over to Mary with the Pepsi Challenge.
The Pepsi Challenge was a Pepsi ad campaign that started in 1975 but gained traction in the 1980s. Pepsi claimed that a majority of America preferred the taste of Pepsi to Coca-Cola when trying each soda side by side in a blind taste test. The ad campaign was very successful and led to one of the largest controversies between Pepsi and Coca-Cola. Surprisingly, Pepsi winning the taste test came as a shock to Coca-Cola, as they had been #1 in the market for cola for quite some time. The Pepsi Challenge helped put Pepsi on the map, increasing brand recognition and market share. Coke became unsettled and their retaliation proved it. Coca-Cola decided the only way to beat Pepsi was to secretly copy their recipe. If you can't beat them, join them. Many Coke fans were frustrated at the new change in taste. After all, the new taste was much sweeter, and they demanded that Coke change it back. But many people enjoyed the new taste, and to make more people happy and to make more money, Coca-Cola decided to use their large executive brains and come up with a very creative name to differentiate their new cola. New Coke. Coca-Cola, with its New Coke, tried its own marketing push to win over the best-tasting soda narrative. However, classic Coca-Cola drinkers were not impressed, and they made sure their voices were heard, and Coca-Cola listened. New Coke was short-lived, and after lasting only 77 days on the market, it was removed from shelves for good. Coca-Cola returned to their original recipe and relaunched Classic Coke, the same Coca-Cola you drink today. The Pepsi Challenge made its way into pop culture and even became slang as a way of saying prove it. Why don't you take the Pepsi Challenge? And wait, you may be thinking in your slang-warped world that you yourself don't use this phrase. Well, think again. Ask any educator in the building. They've probably used these words at some point. Later in the show, our Pride of the Week will put the Pepsi Challenge to the test and take their own blind taste test. Which cola do you think GMS prefers? I am Mary, and you are watching Monday Morning Live.
Hello, welcome to Trending and Entertainment News.
We are here to share weird stories and all things entertainment. I'm Austin.
And I'm Aubrey. Let's get started. According to Unusual News for Kids, 2 months ago in Tennessee Zoo, a baby giraffe was born with no spots. Born on July 31st, this giraffe is spotless and is already 6 feet tall.
Experts also believe she is the only giraffe in the world that is a solid color. She should also be good at hide and seek since she can't be easily spotted because her unique look. The zoo asked the public to help them name it. At least 40,000 people voted, and the name chosen was Kipiki. The name would be chosen for the spotless giraffe.
In entertainment news this week, here are the upcoming video game releases this week. Assassin's Creed Mirage for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC releases on October 5th. Detective Pikachu Returns will be released for the Nintendo Switch on October 6th. NHL 24 will be released on PlayStation and Xbox on October 6th.
Finally, in movie releases, a call out to y'all Swifties, the long-awaited Taylor Swift movie. The Eras Tour is being released next week on October 13th. Get your tickets now before Mrs. Seeger buys them all.
That's all for Top Trending.
Let's go over to Mary with her follow-up to the Pepsi Challenge.
Hi guys, it's Mary again, down in Mrs. Biehl's science classroom, where we will be testing the Pepsi Challenge here live. Each student will get 2 cups, labeled 1 and 2. 1 cup is filled with Pepsi, the other with Coke. Students will drink both of them, unaware of which is which. Then, they will answer a poll question, choosing which taste they prefer, and we'll look at the results. All right, students, go ahead and try the Pepsi Challenge. Drink up. When you are finished, check Mrs. Biehl's Canvas page to answer the poll questions. We'll be back soon with the results. Hi, what's your name?
Let's go back.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Which do you think that you're going to prefer?
Number 1.
Okay. Hi, what's your name?
Matthew.
Matthew? Okay. Which do you prefer, Pepsi or Coke?
I don't really like either, but I would take Pepsi if I was.
Okay, which do you think that you're going to prefer?
1, I think.
Okay. Hi, what's your name?
My name is William.
Hi, William. Do you prefer Coke or Pepsi?
I prefer Pepsi.
Which do you think that you're going to prefer, 1 or 2?
I prefer 1, actually.
Okay. Thank you. let's go back through weather.
Good morning, GMS. This is your week's forecast. On Monday, we have a high of 83 and a low of 56. We have no rain, thankfully, and the wind will be 4.7 miles an hour. On Tuesday, we have a high of 86, a low of 59, again a 0% chance of rain, thankfully, and 5.1 mile an hour wind. On Wednesday, we have a high of 83.9 and a low of 60, and a 2% chance of rain, which, that's not good. Our wind is 8 miles an hour, and on Thursday, high of 70 and a low of 62.5, 64% chance of rain, which we do not want, but if you have a lot of plants, that'll be perfect. The wind is 10.7 miles an hour, and on Friday, it is 65.2 as the high, a low of 50.6, and again a 64% chance of rain. That's all for weather. Bye.
Like our GMS is up. When horses play, they kick and bite. When you're not keeping your hands and feet to yourself, you're either hurting the person or distracting everyone around you.
Why did you just barely sit on it?
Now it's time to look at our Pepsi Challenge results. First, we asked which drink Mrs. Biehl's Pride preferred. Want to guess the results? Mrs. Biehl's Pride chose, for the soda they preferred, 47.6% of the class chose Pepsi, which was 10 kids, and Coke was 52.4%, which was 11 kids. So not that much of a difference. And then in our taste test, which one they preferred the most? Cup 2 was 52.4% of the kids chose it, which was 11 kids, and Cup 1 was 47.6%, which was 10 kids. And actually, Cup 2 was Pepsi, and Cup 1 was Coke. That's all. Have a great week, guys.